Carter. How are you doing this evening?
Good, good. How are you?
I'm doing really good, and I'm so excited. Like, I see all the pictures you're posting of your hair journey, and it's getting really long. Wow, that is
It's
so cool.
it's the longest it's ever been.
Wow.
Yeah. It's really long now. It's like 4.5 years, I think now. January, February, March, April.
Ah,
Yeah, 4.5 years since I've last cut my hair.
I'm just so excited there's people like you that are in this space that are doing the hair journey because I feel like there's a lot of people that still are just sharing pictures of other people, and we
Right.
need more people that are actually doing hair. Like, I feel that's what the long hair community should be about, not just people sharing other people's content. So I really appreciate what you're doing and how healthy your
Thank you.
account is. I just love it so much.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It started out as like a couple of years, and now, like I said, going on 5 years, and now I'm at the point I'm like, yeah, I can't cut it. I'm like, I gotta just keep on.
No, I
I
don't
gotta keep
think.
on seeing how long this gets.
Yeah, it's amazing. So, has anything changed since the last time we talked in September with your hair routine? Like, you added anything or tweaked it a
Yeah,
bit?
yeah. I mean, like I've done a few different things. Like now I diffuse my hair. I don't think I was doing that when we last talked.
Wow.
And that kind of gives my hair like more kind of like volume and which I'm kind of looking for. And I actually just bought a hair steamer about like
Oh,
about like 2 weeks ago. And so I've been doing that, and it's been really good. Kind of for thick curly hair. It's been kind of that's been
no, I
really
hear great things about the hair steamer. I hear it can prolong your curly hairstyle and whatnot. Like,
yeah.
if you've done it a certain, that's really awesome. So, how does that all work? Like, how do you do the hair steamer? I just want to know how it works.
Yeah, just like you get the steamer, and then it has like this little kind of section reservoir, I guess if you want to call it that, and you take that and you fill it with water. They say distilled water, which is kind of can be kind of hard to find at
That's
times.
hard to find
Yeah,
sometimes.
so I use spring water. I use spring water. So, and then I put that in there, and then what I've been doing is like I try not to have it touch, like it's not supposed to touch like your scalp because it will get hot, you
Oh, for
know.
sure. Yeah.
So I'll have it like just kind of hovering, or I may just have it barely touch my hair, and I do like all the different like sections of it to kind of like get it to where it needs to, where it needs to be, and it really kind of makes it kind of soft and manageable, and kind of gives it again
Absolutely.
like more of like more like volume,
Yeah,
um,
for
and
sure.
fullness. So that's another thing I've been doing, and I bought some oil, some bonding oil,
Ooh, what type of bonding oil is it?
Curl Smith bonding oil.
Oh yeah, they have a really good brand. I do like their shampoos. Their shampoos are
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so I use that, and I have like the foam, and I have something else by them. I think like I said, like a gel. I may have the gel. I have a few things by. Oh no, it's like a pre-poo kind of thing.
that's smart. Yeah, it
Yeah,
sounds like they have a good line. I think for curly hair, like to promote. Like, do you
right.
feel like their products work better than some of the other lines? Would you
I think
say?
s- I think so. I think so. There's this person on Instagram who I was kind of following, and she kind of has similar, I think, texture hair to me. So I was kind of like intrigued by that. So, and she uses Curl Smith, so I was kind of like, okay, I kind of wanted to see, a little bit more what that was all about. So, so yeah, so I kind of started doing that, and
I
you
mean,
know,
that's really cool. Maybe they would sponsor you. Like, I know you don't post all the time, but that would be kind of neat if they reached out to you and did some PR with you. I think that'd be pretty awesome.
maybe, yeah,
Yeah.
maybe,
I mean,
yeah,
they do. I see them do it with some influencers, so you never know. Like,
yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's a good thought. Yeah, definitely, definitely.
yeah,
So yeah, yeah. So that's kind of the things I've been doing. With my hair that I think have been different than what I was doing before. So,
I love your hats and the different like clothes that you wear. Like, where do you find all your fashion? Like,
oh,
it's
thank
really
you.
awesome.
The fedora, the hat is like from Amazon. And the jacket is from, yeah, the jacket's also from Amazon. The blouse is from Shine.
Oh, nice. I've never heard of them. Is
Shine,
that a
oh,
newer
Shine's
company?
great. Shine's great. Because
Okay.
yeah, because I mean, I'm not. I'm not little. I'm kind of like I'm a healthy person. Let's put it at that. You
You're
know,
healthy. I
I'm
know you're
healthy.
healthy.
Yeah. So Shine's got some really good really good kind of prices and really good like selection, especially for somebody who maybe, is like maybe on like the heavier, on the heavier side. So that's kind of where I, get a lot of my clothing from. Um, it's really affordable. The only thing is sometimes like it can take a while to get there.
Hmm.
Um, and a couple times it's been kind of touch and go, but for the most part, I'm really happy with them. So
That's
yeah,
really
this has kind of become like a thing. Then the long hair is kind of becoming like a kind of part of kind of part of the vibe. So
but I love it. I love that you have your own sense of style and that you're showing how long hair can be when somebody runs their own account. I really wish more people would do that. So it's really awesome to see it.
right, right. Well, thank you. Yours is getting long too.
Yeah, I know. Like my hair, actually, like I'll show you. Like it's almost to here now. Like it's pretty long now. It's getting longer.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I've been happy with that.
yeah,
When you like, if you extend your hair, I'm thinking it's almost waist length. Your hair, like it's pretty
yeah,
long.
yeah. If I stretch it out, it's now. Last spring, it was down to my waist, and then when I last did that, it's down to my hips.
Wow. Okay, your hair is even longer than I thought. That
It's long.
see, that's the thing. People have to realize when you have curly hair, there's shrinkage, and it's voluminous, it's thick, and there's a
Yeah,
lot in it. It's very cool.
yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's really it's getting like really big. But yeah, if I stretch it out when it's wet, it's about now down like it's down to my hips, and that was about 3 months ago. So it may even be longer than that now.
So, like when you wash, do you finger detangle or do you use a comb? Like, what do you use, like for like?
Yeah, I fingered the tangle. I tried a comb. Um, but I think it was like one more thing to bring into the shower, and I would kind of sometimes forget about it. So, it just seems easier to finger tangle because it's like right there. So, so that's what I mostly
I've
do it.
heard a lot of people with curly hair. They say finger detangling seems to be the most gentle way to
Yeah,
manipulate your hair.
exactly. And it is. It's really gentle. It's really gentle. So,
Yeah, I mean, even though my hair is wavy, I will like after I wash it, I do finger detangle it first. I don't put a brush through my hair first. I think that's very dangerous, to be honest with you.
right, right. Yep, absolutely, absolutely. And yeah, finger detangle, I could kind of like go at like my own kind of like pace. So if I want to go kind of really soft, I can go really soft and you know, and not like rip it out or anything like that. So
Yeah, that really scares me. Just like even though there are some people with long hair on Instagram, I still see a lot of people like they're just ripping brushes through their hair, and I don't feel like that's very aesthetically pleasing. That scares
no,
me. I feel like you're damaging your hair. Like I wouldn't recommend that at all.
exactly, exactly. No, no, not at all, not at all. So for me, I think finger tangling is definitely like what I prefer doing. So it's what I try to do, like basically all the time. And even when I like wash my hair and deep condition my hair, you know, that's what I always try to do when I'm in the shower.
Yeah. So when you're diffusing, do you need to leave in conditioner in your hair or like the bonding oil? Like what do you put in before you diffuse your hair?
Yeah, like I put in like I usually think the oil is in there, and I think what else is in there? It's definitely kind of like on the damp side.
Yeah.
So, sometimes I think the gel is in there and stuff like that. So, so yeah, so that's when I try to do it when I've like I put product in there rather than doing it when it's like I've had know,
Yeah.
and not like defined or anything like that.
That's very cool. Have you heard like there's some people now they're making their own gels like with either aloe vera or different seeds. Like have you ever
Right.
tried that before?
No, no, because like it's just mostly time.
For
Mostly
sure.
time. Yeah,
Yeah.
like I have flaxseed gel like that I bought. Um, it's not from Curlsmith. It's from Mirabelle, I think.
Okay. So maybe it's better to buy it actually, because then you know the
Right.
consistency and it's probably tested. It might just be safer too if you're not really used to.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. So that's what I usually do. is like I use, I use that flaxseed gel. And I've heard really good things about it. And maybe my lifestyle was different, and and I had the time, but a lot of it's like the time, just to kind of like, kind of like try to sit down and make a gel. I'm just like, yeah. But I know people do it and they seem to love it, and and then props to them. I just say, like I said, just something right now. I just don't, I'd rather just like kind of buy it at the moment.
I totally get you because I did the whole aloe vera gel. I've made it before, and it's a production. I'm like, oh my
Right.
gosh, it take a long
Yeah.
time, and then I almost like kind of you have to be careful with it because it has these little spikes on it, so you have to be very careful when you're cutting it. So maybe if you buy it, it's a little bit safer, in my opinion.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Yep. Yep. Totally.
So,
Yeah.
any other long hair inspiration lately? Like, have you been following any like bands or anything that have really cool hair that you would recommend?
Wow. Oh. Hmm. Trying to think. Trying to think. I would say, there's some groups that I think that are cool that, some musicians who I think, have a really cool, hair. Um, there's one Roxana, I think her name was Roxana Herrera.
Oh, that's
Um,
cool.
yeah, she's got really cool hair.
That's very
And she's also like a really good, musician, and it just, she's just really just seems to be, and just a nice person from what it seems. So I think that's been kind of an inspiration, and she's got like long, long hair, and I think I want to see how long mine gets. Like, these curls just kind of going as long as they can, as long as
that
you
would
can
be
go.
cool. Yeah, that would be really
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
I've I've been following Naturally Antonia, and I know she's pretty musically inclined. I know she said
yeah.
she might join a band one day. I think that would be pretty cool to see her playing on stage. Like
Oh
I
yeah, yeah.
probably couldn't go see her in person, but I would love to see her on Instagram. I think that would be really awesome.
She's really great. She's really nice, and just really cool. Really cool person. Very knowledgeable. Like, a lot of stuff I've learned kind of from her, especially in the beginning when I just started kind of like my long
Oh
hair
yeah,
journey.
she really researches things well, and she like does both the science and the holistic. I love how she does a fusion of both. It's really cool.
Exactly. Like, I appreciate kind of like this, like the science of hair, and that's something, she does a lot of. And so, yeah, I'd say she's definitely like definitely like an inspiration. Another one is, oh, I'm trying to remember her name. Nicole Bissett, I think is her name.
Okay.
Um, but she's like well known in kind of like the long hair groups and stuff like that. And she's got like her own page, her own site. I think Long Hair Pioneers.
Oh, that's
Um,
really awesome. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So she's very passionate about it, and I think that's really cool. So I appreciate that, and it's like, even though her hair texture is very different than mine, but it's still like just like her enthusiasm for it. I think is really, really, really cool, and again, it's something I really, I really appreciate.
Yeah, for sure. Like I feel like the thing I can take away is like everybody might have a slightly different hair texture, but you just want to take good care of your hair and be careful with it. And I feel like we can all inspire each other, but realize, hey, we need to tailor our routines to ourselves in a way. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
I mean, like, each person is different. Each person's kind of different. Like, a couple of days ago, I didn't wear my sleep cap, and I woke up the next morning. I looked at my hair. I'm like, you know what? That actually kind of looks better.
Oh,
You know?
interesting. Okay, that's
Yeah.
kind of awesome. Like
Yeah.
I always hear the people say, "Oh, the sleep cap is better for your hair." So maybe sometimes you can try something different and see what happens, right?
Right. So that's what I did. I'm like, oh, okay, you know what? I'm gonna try it without it and see how it looks. And I was like, yeah, that actually looks good. So I kind of refreshed it. I was like kind of really kind of big and flowy and curly, and I'm like, okay, this is actually, I like this.
That's really cool. Yeah, I do notice like if I put moisture in my hair, I have to do that to detangle it. I can't just like dry brush my hair or it snaps off. I just can't do that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Yep. Yep.
But
Totally.
it was a struggle for me as a kid because my mom has straight hair And I don't know if I told you about this, but she just thought, oh yeah, you can just brush your hair, and no, you can't do that with wavy hair.
No, you really can't. You really
Yeah,
can't. Yeah, no, nope. I mean, yeah, for me, I mean, like there was no, when I was a kid, there were no like websites and no products. I mean, I just basically had to always have my hair short just because,
yeah, it's
nothing
just
else
what
I could do. Yeah.
there's nothing you could do. My dad, he still does have long hair, but his hair used to be longer when I was young, but it was kind of silly because at his work, like I guess he got harassed by it. And I thought his hair was
Oh,
perfectly fine. There was nothing wrong with it. And I liked that he had long hair, but they're like, oh, like we don't like you having long hair. So he started hiding it under like his hat, like he wasn't brushing it out, and it got kind of damaged. I wish he would have
oh,
done that. I wish he would have just kept his hair long, because now I don't know if people know there are laws against saying things
yeah,
about people's hair texture and
yeah,
length, color, and
exactly.
style. I wanted to throw that out there because there was this girl on TikTok who said she felt like she had to straighten her hair because she was told to do that, but people can't tell you to do that. I just want to put that information out there.
Right. No, definitely, definitely. I have heard that as well. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so I just love diversity of hair, and I just want everybody to embrace their natural hair and treat it healthy. To
I
me,
agree. I agree. I think too. I think some people are like jealous of hair when you have like long hair. I think people
yes,
sometimes are.
I experienced a lot of that, like just women like making kind of snarky comments to me
Hmm.
like, when my hair was longer about how nobody needs to have long hair. And I'm like, why is that necessary? You don't need to say that to somebody.
Right. Exactly. It's my hair. I'm gonna like grow it like however I want to. I'm gonna wear it however I want to. And if I want it long, I'm gonna wear it long.
Yeah, and the good thing is most people just don't feel that way, but I feel like there are still some. I've been following like some accounts on. I know people have mixed feelings about TikTok, but I've been following some of the older ladies on TikTok in their 50s and 60s, and they still have long hair, and they're like, "We're not going to cut our hair just because
Right.
society says that we should do that."
Right. Exactly. A society can be like that, where it's like you reach a certain age and you're like expected to cut your hair, and it's like kind of like no,
No.
no.
And it's kind of funny too because previously in cultures in the past, people did have long hair. This is
Yeah.
more of a Victorian idea that, oh, like men should cut their hair short, and then like in the 1920s beyond, that women should cut their hair short. It's a more of a modern thought.
Right.
After it's funny, but
Right. Exactly. Exactly. So, I'm not cutting mine for anybody. So,
no, and I'm glad that you're not. So
yeah. And likewise,
yeah. Anything else hair related that you think is kind of cool that you'd like to share with us, and anything?
I just, I'm just really kind of enjoying the journey, and like I know it's kind of given me a lot more confidence, and you know, people have said that it's kind of like giving me a lot more confidence, and I'm like, well, like, yeah, because I think this is now who I really am. You know,
That's amazing. I'm glad that
yeah,
like you're finally. I want everybody to be themselves. It's great to hear. Like you seem so happy because I know you were saying a few years ago you didn't feel as. I can tell you look more vibrant. It's very
thank
amazing.
you, thank you. And it's like it's nice to kind of get like compliments, and kind of feels really good, and and just like I'm really glad that I'm growing it because again, like I said, it's people have commented on on my hair, and I'm like I'm like, well, thank you. So it means a lot.
Yeah, your hair looks good, and
Thank
I'm
you.
excited to keep talking to you about your hair journey. Maybe in a few months' time we can do this again. And it was so much fun, like having you on and just discussing hair.
Yeah, I love talking about hair. Definitely. Well, I'm happy to talk about it, and you know, um, I know the website that I have. I like I like to have those discussions on there too. So
Yeah, for sure. Like, I mean, I'm glad that you keep it private though, because I feel like there's a lot of creepers. So
yeah,
it's good that it's like just a safe place where people can talk about
because
hair.
I think there are some people. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, there are hair fetishists out there.
Yes, there are. And I've talked about that. I don't care if people want to have a hair fetish, but I don't like it when they come to me and impose their hair fetish on me. Like,
Right,
that's not
right,
cool.
right, exactly. Like I have a friend on Instagram, and she's got like really long hair, and and people will like she'll comment about things like completely unhair related, and somebody will like post about her hair, and it's like this is not what this post is about.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's
So
why I lose some followers, honestly, because sometimes I just post what I want. And then if I don't post what they are looking for, people will unfollow me. Or if I mean, I probably regret cutting my hair, but it was so petty. Like a lot of guys unfollowed me just because I cut my hair. Like that's
see,
petty.
that's ridiculous. You
Yeah.
know, that's ridiculous.
I'm like, so they just have this fantasy, and I still am getting messages. Like, I told people, just go back and watch my videos, and they never reply to me after that. They're like, why did you cut your hair? And I'm just like, I'm still growing my hair, obviously, if they followed what I was doing right now, but they're so
Right,
fixated on a video or that I made like a year ago. It's been over a year, and they just can't get over that. Like,
right.
you know,
Yeah. And
move
it's
on.
usually, I hate to say this, it seems to be usually older guys,
Yes. That
you know?
seems to be the MO. And I feel like, yeah, things are getting, I feel like there's some positive changes in society where people are embracing more diversity of hair, you know. I'm
Yeah,
not seeing that from the younger people as much. It is from older guys of a certain age, so to speak, you
right,
know.
right. And they're the ones that kind of tend to be like, oh, why didn't you cut your hair? Or why you should grow your hair? It's like, no, people, don't tell somebody how long to grow their hair. That's up to them.
Yes, it's
You know?
definitely up to them. And we just want to feel comfortable. And that's why it's good that you have like more of that private space where you can invite people to talk about hair without it being a
Right.
creeper, you know?
Exactly, exactly. And there's some members in that group who kind of like I think that's how they prefer. Like originally we were public, and I talked to actually the person who started the group, and I was like, can we like make it private? And then she agreed. She agreed that made the most sense, and probably for safety, I think that's the best way to.
I think so too, because there might be, like I said, those people like the scraper accounts, they're still running amok on Instagram, just copying people's pictures and running
Right,
a full account. And I'm like, that's not you. Like, what is the point of that?
right, exactly. Exactly. So yeah, we're gonna, going and keeping it private is definitely the way to go, and I'm happy with that decision. And it was something just we kind of felt like, really kind of needed to happen. And I think the members of that group like it better that way because every other hair group is like that too.
Yes.
All the other like big ones that I know of, like long hair pioneers, long hair community. Trying to think of the other one. Well, those are more curly hair, but like those are two other ones that I know of where they are also private. And I think again, that's the smartest way to. I think it's the smartest way to go.
No, it definitely is. There was a more public one. I don't know. I got invited to it. It was a few years back, and I commented on something, and then I started getting some of the creepers that were following me on
Right.
Facebook, and it got weird because there's this one guy. He had this fixation, like he wanted me to wear my hair loose all the time. I'm like, this was when my hair was like knee length. I'm like, that's not really practical, right? You want me to go around town with my hair
Right.
caught on everything, like
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
it
Yeah.
was it
Like
was hilarious.
right. No, absolutely. Absolutely. Like I was talking to this person on Instagram, and she was saying how like, because she shows herself like working out and stuff like that. And I guess somebody was like asking her to wear her hair down. Because she's got like long hair, and asked her to wear her hair down when she was working out. She's like, no, I don't do that because I'm working out.
Yes, exactly. But I know that there's some of those accounts like they kind of show that, but that's not how people really work out. Nobody's doing that in real life.
Exactly. Exactly. Absolutely. And I commented, I'm like, I bet the person who said that was like a guy and like an older guy. And she was like, yep. And I'm like, yeah, I knew it.
Yeah, and
I
then
knew
there
it.
were some other really weird ones where they were taking their hair and putting it all over their face and like just braiding it in front of their face. And that's not, you're not going to wear your hair out like that. That's just to be silly or,
Right.
cater to the hair fetish. I'm like, if you want to do that, whatever, but please stop acting like that's the way. So I was getting a slew of comments on my channel. I think it kind of stopped that I needed to braid my hair in front of my face or do sink washing front. Like this is another obsession that they have. Like there's this one guy, he's really obsessed. He wants me to wash my hair in the sink, but leaning forward, there's this obsession with that. I don't know where this comes from.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And again, I think it's a fetishy kind of thing.
Yeah. So I kind of did a funny video the other day. I'm like, I'm de-influencing the hair fetish. You guys are done. Like there's real hair content now. Like you guys are kind of in the past. Like You're not wrong
Yeah,
there.
I think I saw that. I think I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's that whole de-influencing thing. I mean, I was just kind of having fun with it, but it's kind
Yeah.
of true. When I first started YouTube, I felt like those hair fetish guys were kind of running the show, like they were
Yeah.
trying to dictate what hair content should be, and that kind of irritated me.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like there's this guy, and I won't say his name, but
Of course.
yeah, but he kind of would do that. He kind of like be really kind of forceful about it. And it's like, dude, you gotta remember you're a guy and you're a guy with short hair. So if whatever you're trying to address, people like you're gonna come across a certain way. You kind of have to be mindful of that.
Hmm.
Because he would like say things, and I think he meant well, because I think he was like, he had some sort of background. I think he's like dealt with hair at some point in his.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Um, but I think it kind of came across a certain way.
Yeah, that,
Yeah.
that yeah, I've noticed that. Or there's also like this new thing. It's kind of weird, like where there are guys that pretend like they're professional, but I think there's still the hair cutting fetish people. Because I'm like, there was
Yeah.
this video like where they were cutting the hair in zigzags, and I'm like, nobody's gonna cut hair like that.
No. No. No.
Yeah, it was very
Absolutely not.
strange. And then it got a lot of hate comments, and I'm like, no, I just had to close the app, and I'm like, I can't look at this. Sometimes it recommends strange things to me, but I'm like, I'm just not gonna look at you.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Yep. No, it makes sense.
Yeah, totally. But thank you so much for coming on and sharing your thoughts
Yeah.
here. I was so excited, and I hope you have a wonderful evening, Carter.
Thank you, and you as well. And yeah, I appreciate us taking the time. I appreciate you working with my schedule this weekend,
Of
and
course, yeah. No, I
yeah.
really like, that's what I think all these collaborations are about, is being flexible. And anyway, thank you so much for coming on, and I will definitely share the link with you when I have this all ready to go live,
Okay.
okay?
Yeah. Sounds good.
Okay. You have a wonderful evening, Carter.
You too. Take care.
Okay, bye.
Bye.